Hey, Jimmy, kind of tell me what you got out here today, how many acres, how many departments, and what houses threatened such as that?
We had numerous houses that were threatened at one time or another today. We estimate the fire, it's difficult because it's shifted a lot to where the winds today, but we estimate it to be at least 100 acres, possibly more. We're going to be working on that. We've really been working on fighting the fire all night long, so tomorrow will be the time to make the estimates about how big it actually was. We had an area where there was a previous prescribed burn and had a breakout today. We've had higher winds kind of shifting around, and we've had lower humidity. And that's raised our fire danger today, allowed the fire to escape.
But as far as people burning, we're looking at some dry days again, we're looking at winds again this weekend.
What I would tell people is you really have to look at what the forecast is for that day. This time of year it's 90% weather, 10% fuel. So look at what the winds are going to do. If the humidity is going to be below 30%, 40%, don't burn on those days. If the wind's going to be above 10 miles an hour, don't burn. You just want to look at those days, and if you make that decision to burn, you have to stay with it till it's completely out.
How bad could this gotten today if it got up near those houses, any closer to those houses? I mean, they were getting kind of close for a while there.
We had a lot of houses that were in close proximity to the woods. One of the things that we didn't have out in this area, we didn't have a defensible space, so we didn't have that clear area on this side of fire particularly. On the other side of the fire in the hills of Montgomery, we had a defensible space around those houses. So you really should take it into account when you clear your yard, and if you're going to water and keep your yard green at least 30 to 50 feet away from your house. Keep it clear of pine straw, leaves, anything that could spread the fire from the woods to your home.
What do you expect for this weekend now, and what's Forest Service and weather saying for this weekend?
Well, we are going to have continued nice weather conditions. We're going to have lower humidities. It's really what we need to look at is the forecast winds in each afternoon before you make that decision to burn. We obviously don't want people to burn, but we recognize that some people are going to try to do that as they do their spring cleanup. We just want you to look at that forecast in the morning. Watch the news, get on the internet, figure out what the weather's going to be before you make that decision. And once you do make that decision to burn, it's your responsibility to make sure that fire's completely out.
The department's been running quite a bit today, the past couple of days actually.
It's been sporadic. It's really been, again, about the weather. When the winds pick up in the afternoon, we've had some fires. Afternoons where we haven't had the winds or where the humidity's been up, then we didn't have the fire activity. So it varies greatly depending on each day's weather forecast.
What are we looking like? We hadn't had much rain. What are we looking like for the rest, basically the summer now coming on?
Well, at some point in time we're going to get our spring green up, and that's what we're looking for now. Once we get our green up, our fire danger will decrease somewhat, and we'll start getting some rains with the passing cold front later on in the spring. So really what we want to watch right now is any type of burning, whether it's dry fuels that are dead from the winter frost and the winter kills. So again, most of the fuel has been killed all winter long. It's very dry, doesn't have any moisture in it, it's readily ignitable. So it's as much about the weather, picking where you're going to burn, keep your fire small, and stay with it.
And name one more time, title?
Jimmy Williams, Montgomery County Fire Marshal.
Get with a tool. I can Okay. Alright, I'll give you a call back in just a second, okay? You have a good little
kind of overhauling about 10 or 15 feet in. We're not going to put all the stuff in the middle. Just trying to keep them from calling y'all all night long for all these little bitty flares. There's nothing that'll flare up and go over. So we just...
I mean, it seems if there's, if one smoldering stump or log started all this, you'd think there'd be more outside of our fire?
Yeah, the other fire was
I mean, it was getting kind of hot, but again,
the only thing I could think of was if the winds carried something all the way over here. That's a pretty long nose.
In this part of the country.